Good afternoon, class. Today I'd like to talk to you about ethics. Ethics affects business in a major way, and without good ethics, employee loyalty, morale, and productivity suffer. I will explain to you why it is important to treat all employees with good ethical behavior, and as a manager, why it's important for you to do the same. A good ethical company will be one that thrives in the business world. For this speech, I'll be using the negative impacts that poor ethical behavior has on a company. So ethics is the topic. So let's begin by discussing a good ethical environment, the importance of a good ethical environment. Dedication. Have you ever worked for a company that preached ethics but never practiced the code of ethics? Well, I have, and I can tell you that it is very, very miserable. Loyalty is one of the most important things a company can have from an employee. Without it, the company will not reap the benefits of high productivity. Let us imagine that you go to work every day and you give 110% for the company, and then one day a mishap occurs that is totally your fault. No one got hurt, but the repair is going to be quite expensive. Your supervisor tells you not to say a word. This is not good ethics. Does it sound like the right thing to do? Of course not. It isn't the right thing to do. So this is the first unethical decision that your supervisor made. And you're now torn between the loyalty to the company and your own personal values and morals. The outcome is you tell the truth regardless of the repercussions. Now, this first example demonstrates how unethical behavior breaks down loyalty of an individual who works for that company. What will they ask you to lie about next? So this first example showed you how loyalty is unethical, or it can become unethical. So let's move on to morale. Morale, using the same unethical company, the next example goes like this. You go to work one day, and the boss comes into the office in the morning for a sit down. And he says, "Folks, I have some bad news. You've already been working like a dog for months. You have lost all your holidays, your time off with your family, and you're just plain exhausted." The next words out of the boss's mouth are, "Well, boys, we're no longer going to get any holidays off. Now, we're going to give you time and a half. However, all your days off are completely gone." After researching what the employee handbook says about the paid holidays, you do a little research and find out that your location is the only location doing this. You address it with the boss, and the boss says, "If you don't like it, you can quit. I can change the rules anytime I want." Fair? No. Morale was instantly affected by this decision and the boss's comments in the meeting. Again, morale's low, and now your productivity is greatly affected because you now have found out that the company wants you to lie and work without any time off. So these first two examples have covered loyalty and morale. Each affects the ultimate outcome of company productivity. So let's look at an example and see how these two previous unethical behaviors affects productivity. The question is, what are the results of low morale and no company loyalty? The answer, a dramatic decrease in productivity. People want to belong, and being military, I personally want to feel a part of a team that looks out for each other, and one that works together in completing the tasks that are at hand. Without loyalty and morale, productivity is not going to be. It's just going to cease to exist. And for a lack of better words, productivity is not very productive. So I did a little research, and there was this study called the Hawthorne Studies, and it was conducted in 1920, and it did a lot for improving workplace productivity. The following is a quote, and I quote, "It was in the 1920 when Elton Mayo did various experiments at the Hathorne plant, later to be known as the Hathorne studies. The idea behind the study was that the output ought to increase when workers believe that the management cares about the workers, end quote. Now this quote sums up everything that an employee should have at a workplace, and ethics is the key to fulfilling this study. So in conclusion, business ethics is critical in the workplace. It affects productivity. Through these negative examples, you can see that an employee is loyal and morale will be high if good ethics are employed. It only behooves the employer to treat employees with respect, dignity, and above all, a good ethical environment. So I hope with this speech that I can persuade you as a manager or supervisor to uphold ethical behaviors within your shop, your unit, or whatever supervisory position you have. Thank you very much.